never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead of six, I can make it logical. Something that is typical, rub it on and watch it go. Make yourself unstoppable, dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
นะ
I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಐನ್ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ
Good evening everyone. We warmly welcome to the one-day free international webinar on Thesis and Dissertation Writing from First Draft for Final Submission. If you want to become a research person, a coordinator for free online faculty development program, we will provide a link in the comment section. If you are interested, please join through that link. We will commence the webinar in a few minutes as some participants are still joining. To ensure a smooth and focused session, please keep your microphones muted during the session. Participants who unmute without prior permission may be removed. Good evening everyone. We warmly welcome to the one-day free international webinar on Thesis and Dissertation Writing from First Draft to Final Submission. If you want to become a research person, a coordinator for a free online faculty development program, we will provide a link in the comment section. If you are interested, please join through that link. We will commence the webinar in a few minutes as some participants are still joining. To ensure a smooth and focused session, please keep your microphones muted during the session. Participants who unmute without prior permission may be removed. We warmly welcome to the one-day free international webinar on thesis and dissertation writing from first draft to final submission. If you want to become a research person, a coordinator for a free online faculty development program, we will provide a link in the comment section. If you are interested, please join through that link. We will commence the webinar in a few minutes as some participants are still joining. To ensure a smooth and focused session, please keep your microphones muted during the session. Participants who unmute without prior permission may be removed. Good evening, everyone. We warmly welcome to the one-day free international webinar on thesis and dissertation writing from first draft to final submission. If you want to become a research person, a coordinator for free online faculty development program, we will provide a link in the comment section. If you are interested, please join through that link. We will commence the webinar in a few minutes as some participants are still joining. To ensure a smooth and focused session, please keep your microphones muted during the session. Participants who unmute without prior permission may be removed. Our special thanks to you, convener Sai Sagar, co-convener Shivangi Mishra, coordinator Dr. Tillur Tom, Dr. K. Anita. Thank you for your explanational effort, contribution and continued supporting, planning and executing this session successfully. The Google Meet capacity currently full. If your friends or colleagues are waiting in lobby, then please suggest them join YouTube live chat. The feedback and certificate link will share on YouTube live chat as well as Google Meet chat. The Google Meet capacity currently full. If your friends or colleagues are waiting in lobby, then please suggest them join on YouTube live chat. The feedback and certificate link will share on YouTube live chat as well as Google Meet chat. I am Jyoti from Skill Activate. Dr. S. Mohan is a highly accomplished academician and administration with over 36 years of teaching and respect experience in field of management of commerce. He has served in several key leadership roles including Senior Professor of Management, Registrar and Director of Professional Courses at Fatima College, Madurai. His strong academic background including M.Com and PhD, reflecting his multidisciplinary explanational, communicated and higher educational. Dr. Rajmohan has successfully guided 37 PhD scholars, 33 MPhil and completed ecosystem research projects. Finally, by he is an impressive publication record with 324 research papers, 2 books, and 18 book chapters, along with numerous paper representation and guest lecturer. His contributions have been widely recognized through several honors, including the National Citizenship Gold Medal Award, the Best Research Superior Award, and Vidya Ratna Award, underscoring his accomplishments in academic research and institutional development. It's over to you, sir.
This is Raj Mohan from Fatima College, Madurai. Really, I'm happy for having given me a chance to join with you. I thank the organizer because this is the different one that too offering this at free of cost is very very appreciable. I appreciate you people for taking all effort. That too we have a participant from across India. Really, I'm happy to have you. And remember, expertly research is a concept we have because since 88 we started to do research, but we actually we have guided and PhD have been awarded. But all the time, we are learning. Teachers are learning, but till we have something, some flaw we have in research that I have marked, and I want to thank the organizer, especially this title. It is half for the academician as well as the researcher. Let me say something on the academic research writing. Finally, I will summarize all that, and I request all the guides, especially, and the scholars to keep all that in the mind. That will be highly useful for you. First, what I have in the PPT, let me share it. Finally, I will sum up. That will be highly useful. I hope that, because I have seen a lot of people. I have evaluated even a lot of theses, but in each and every thesis, I found some of the limitation. See, that have to be avoided, and even some of the scholars we have all the time, I am saying that you please remove this and that we are saying, and we have juniors. See, whenever I meet them, you guide them like this, which will be good. Like this, we are saying. And with regard to say research is a distinct one. You learned, and scholars we have, you might have learned, and this is the final part. We know that because report writing is the final part. After putting lot of effort, it may be years or month. If MPhil is concerned, it is just 1 year. But whereas PhD is concerned, it is 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, even more than that. For that, the outcome we are presenting in such a way, and see, while they are doing their PhD work, we know that because we were scholars and we face a lot of issues and problems that issues they should not face. For that, we are guiding them in such a way. And now let me move on to my PPT, and that screen some. See the title, academic research writing from the draft to final submission. Because we started to write even earlier, we had no this kind of facilities. Even with our team members, we went and we sat and write. Now it is everything available in the net, and we are downloading it, and you can do the work. But I really am appreciating the young team, especially the young scholars. They are doing wonder. Especially my team members are concerned, they are doing wonder, and all the time we are learning from each and every scholar, because we are giving freedom to them and moving around India. And somebody, they are moving to the other country and learning something, and bringing all that ideas here, and it is highly useful, even the teachers like us. For that, now let me start the PPT one by one. See, the first one, we know that it's not a big issue for us, because we people are academician. We know what is what. When he posed question to me, this is the final part, and see, after a long gap here, we started to write, and because a lot of process we have, finally we start to write. And this is an academic work. When you post any kind of research report we have, normally we have two type of report, namely short term and a long term report. Short term is concerned, we will do the work within a short period. It may be in months or 1 year. But long period may not be like this. That we used to say it is a PhD work. And under that, we used to say there are two type of report, namely technical report and popular report. Technical report, which is in connection with other department, not humanities and arts, but popular report our PhD, and we will do it because we are working it. And anybody post question, we are able to answer for that because the particular individual is the master for the particular subject. For that, we have rich knowledge on the concept and on the title. Anybody post question, we are able to. For that year, academic research writing is a formal mode of scholarly communication. Whatever we learned, we are communicating this in the book. And it present ideas, methods, and findings systematically, and is a kind of evidences, we know that. And it gives clarity for us and some kind of precision, and we have to have coherence. See, researchers' analytical ability and academic maturity also we can see in the report. Even I can say strongly that one of my scholars in the last row, and he was my 38th scholar, and he did wonder, and a lot of things I learned from that, because diplomatic analysis, poetic analysis, and systematic analysis, all that through review of literature. Review of literature, we know the concept and just we review it. But through him I learned, because all science people, they are doing it. Now we started to use it. With regard to the purpose of the academic research writing, and it's a kind of communication, and is original communication. We know that because the individual is working hard and finally presenting it and establish some kind of creditability to him. And actually we can enhance the theory and methodology, because one chapter we are allotting to the theory, for which we can learn some theory, and we can advance the theory, we can criticize the theory, and we are methodology writing in our own way, and the guide used to guide, and a kind of practice we can say. And we can say that it is a documentary evidence even for the scholars, and even for the institute, we can say it fulfill all academic and degree requirements. Because when we want to do, whether it is a postdoc or doctorate or even beyond the DSc and all, we can say that it fulfill our requirements. And with regard to forms of academic research writing, see, the first one we can remember that thesis writing, it is exclusively meant for doctoral thesis, and thesis is we have it is exclusively meant for doctoral degree, and dissertation we have we are using it for MPhil degree, and report, we have we are using it research report for UG, PG, and even sponsored project and all, we are using the concept. And with regard to articles we are writing in the journal, and you have to keep in the mind that peer-reviewed scholarly publication. See, peer-reviewed is a concept we have. Under that, which one is coming, you may ask. It means that it is a single blind reviewed, or a double blind reviewed, or a triple blind reviewed, something like this you will ask. And all journal we used to say that it is peer-reviewed, whether it is Scopus or Web of Science, or in management we have ABDC, all that coming under peer reviewed. But commonly we are using a peer reviewed something like that. That may be single blind reviewed, that we can remember, and double blind reviewed and triple blind reviewed we have, because we have chief editor, and he will finally review all that. See, that you can see in Scopus Index as well as even ABDC journal, something like that. And for conference papers we have, and we are doing something, and we are focusing on findings, and we are presenting this for the particular conferences and all. Let me say something about the importance of structure in doctoral writing. It provides some kind of logical flow to the research argument, because we know that we should have some kind of logic. It should be logical, and the examiner, we will check the whether it is all right or not. For that, helping the examiners to follow the research reasoning, ensure alignment between the objectives and methodology and the results. We have to have the examiner, we have to check it, what objectives they have given, whether they fulfill the objectives or not, and they have to correlate with that, because to fulfill the objectives we have to have the right methodology. Really, I feel a lot, because we were scholars, we put lot of effort to fulfill that. But now I am seeing a lot of theses, they have the objectives, even without fulfilling the objectives, they just like that they are giving. And when they fulfill objectives, methodology and all, certainly they will reach the correct results. And with regard to reduce ambiguity and repetition, see, this is also another importance of structural the doctoral thesis writing. For that we have to avoid ambiguity, and repetition should be avoided, and we should have some kind of readability. The thesis should be readable, and academic quality we have to maintain. And this is the things you can remember, but even then I mocked it. See, for your references, what purpose we have, especially see, this is the concept which we have for PhD. For that, how the PhD report may be, it is original contribution to the knowledge, and it's meant for PhD requirement. And scope is concerned, it not only extensive, it is intensive. We can have both the side, intensive as well as extensive. And pagination, we may ask, it runs about, especially science are concerned, we have even 100 pages. Management and arts are concerned, it is more than that. For that, some of the theses I have evaluated that it runs more than 300 pages. What we used to do this, that even our university, Alagappa, is concerned, we won't allow them to do the work for more than 300 pages. Maximum is 300 for management and commerce. And see, this is to be evaluated by the external examiner, that to foreign examiner as well as other Indian examiner. This is the pattern we have in Alagappa is concerned, whereas it is varying, depends on the university. And with regard to dissertation, we already spoke, and earlier we had MPhil program, now there is no MPhil program, and even Government of India asked us to close it. Now we wound up all the program with regard to MPhil. Anyway, we let us see, there we are identifying the problem, and just we are learning something, and even in the masters we are identifying the problem have to be identified, and we are trying to give solution to the problems. And it is not intensive and extensive, it is moderate. And pagination may be varying between 60 and 150 pages, and it is normally to be evaluated by the internal plus one external examiner from other colleges. And research report we have, this is meant for funded project, and even UG project or PG project. Scope is limited, and the pagination maybe runs between 40 and 100. And see, sponsored, I told you, even funded project like this, when you post question to me, actually I have received from different funding agency, I have more than 9 actually I received from ICS are concerned, 3 times I received, and UGC is concerned, 3 times I received. RUSA I got it, and from our university we got it. And like this, totally I have 9 project I have done it, and we received fund. And you can remember that that way we can enrich ourselves. Not only that, even economically we can empower, and infra wise we can empower, because we can buy some kind of laptop or desktop and all. While I was retiring from the university, I gave 4 laptop and 3 desktop to the university. I am proudly say that all I bought through the funded project. For that, please note it, and especially the teachers who are listening this, try to apply for that, and it should be novel. If it is novel, you can get a project. Even we know that see, number of concept Government of India is introducing, and even we know that how we will be in 47. For that, we have a concept. You might have noted it. When we do research in connection with that, or when you apply for even this one conferences and all, certainly we will get it. Similarly, they are also asking for GST and all. when we apply, we will get it. This is the things you can remember. And standard structure of PhD thesis. This is the standard. It is varying, depends on the university and it depends on the individual. See, this is the structure we have for management. Even I am not following this structure. But the thing is that, let me say, and what I am following. The first one, preliminary pages, we know that, see, let me explain, because we have in the next slide, it consists of the first one, the first page, title and all we will have, followed by that, declaration by the candidate, certificate by the guide, and see, acknowledgement, followed by that, list of the content we have, followed by that list of table and list of figures, all that we have. Then with regard to introduction, we know that some background of the study we have to give. See, that is the things you can remember. And followed by that, in this chapter, we used to have, somebody used to have just introduction. But what we follow that introduction and design of the study, there we will give all methodology and everything. There, the reason for which we have chosen the title and the scope we are giving it, significance we are giving it, all that, even tools to be used, and finally we are giving chapterization. That is the things we can remember for that introduction and design of the study. This was coined by our Madurai University. For that, see, I have done my work in Madurai University. For that, I moved on to Alagappa University. There also, myself and some of the teachers, they are following this one. And the next one, it is review of literature. And this is, we know that again we have a separate slide for review. Let me explain about that. And the methodology, actually management people, they are doing it in a separate chapter, research methodology. There, we have to have the methods. Normally, I received one report from one of the reputed institution. I have seen that. I really afraid of how the people are writing like this. Methodology, we have to, what you did, that you have to write. There is no need to explain what is research methods and all. Followed by that, results, and because again we have research data analysis, we can have the next chapter. Data analysis, simply the people are saying that is a concept we have. It's a concept. Under that, you have to divide it into different chapters. See, what you wanted to focus, you have to name the chapters. You should not say that it is data analysis. For that, you please note it that I am receiving report even from, see, here in Tamil Nadu, in the South India, and from North India. There, the first one, they are giving introduction, followed by that review. And the third one, actually, theories they are giving. And the fourth one, just it is data analysis. Under that, they are giving all that. For that, I request you all that please name the chapter. What you wanted to focus, that alone you have to give. You divide that into different chapter. The chapters may be run about 20 pages or 30 pages or 50 pages. It is up to the guide and yourself. But please note it that name the chapter. What you wanted to do, that you have to focus. And discussion of findings, it is the last one. Last part you can remember. Followed by that, conclusion and implication and references and appendices. Again, we have the slide. Let me explain these details. Another one, it is a preliminary part. In the first one, we have seen, the title page as per the university norms. We know that how to give and all. Let me say about our experience, how we were. The title is very, very specific. And it should be very simple. We should not use the difficult word. But now that order of the day is we are using good concept. Even our students, we also accepted, because the reader, let them see and refer the dictionary like this. Earlier concept, you should not, the title should be very, very specific and it should be very simple. But now we can use it, because the order of the day we have to have like this. Even some of my students, they have done wonder and they use the different concept. The thing is that let them refer the dictionary like this. A lot of work we have done it. And declaration and supervisor certificate, followed by that acknowledgement, whoever helped you, we are acknowledging, and abstract we have to give it, and followed by that content. Under that, what chapters you have, that you will present, and the list of tables, list of figures and abbreviations and all we will give it here. And now let us focus on the introduction and design of the study. This is introduction. We used to say this is for management see people, we used to have just introduction. What I used to do that, it is introduction and design of the study, because we are focusing all that in the first chapter. For that, the first one, it is some kind of background and context of the problem, because even please note it, please remember that when we go to any what is a YOYC, what problem we identify, they are not able to say. See, because when there is no problem, there is no research. Only to get solution for the problem, we are doing all research. For that, note it, when there is a problem, we can do research. There is no problem, there is no research. And another one statement of the problem here, what you will do, reason for which we have chosen the title. Problem we identified, that we are showing it in the the first one. And the second one, actually, the reason for which you have chosen the title, that you have to write here. And followed by that, objectives, and you have to give the objectives. It should be very specific, and you have to fulfill the objectives. Followed by that, we can have hypothesis, and it is also very specific. And even people post question, hypothesis, actually we are testing it, and it happened to us because I received one thesis. It is very, very pathetic. I remember I felt a lot. Even in the introduction, she gave hypothesis. Followed by that, she gave the result also. Why she gave, I do not know. I am not dropped, but I gave left and right because I received the details from her guide, and I gave left and right, which may not be good enough. Please note it. This is research work. We have the formalities. We have to do the work in such a way. Followed by that, significance and justification for the study you have to have, and the scope, delimitation, and chapter organization, all that we have to have. Scope, what we are covering. Delimitation, what we are not covering. Limitation, really what kind of problem you face, that you have to give it in the limitation. For that, limitation, delimitation is different. Delimitation is what you are not covering. Suppose assume that your work is in connection with financial performance. What you are covering in the finance, that is scope. What you are not covering, that is delimitation. Assume that you are not covering even turnover. You are covering only on profitability and liquidity. See, that is the case. The scope is liquidity and profitability. And delimitation is turnover. See, that you can remember. And followed by that, you have to have the chapter organization and review of literature. Remember that it is you have to note it with regard to review and how we have done the work and how we are doing it. Earlier, we were scholar. Even now I am thinking about that. Even both researcher as well as the guide used to do all that. I can say that it's a funny thing. It's a kind of mistake which we have done earlier. How we wrote, actually review is concerned, we gave it on alphabetical order. It's a blunder we committed. Followed by that, we change it in chronological order. It's logical. We can say that it is logical because the examiner like us, see how many period they have taken into consideration from this year to this year. For that, chronological order is all right. And followed by that, others we have that we are dividing that into different category based on the study we have. Some of the review coming under this category, and another reviews are coming under other category. Like that, we are dividing all that review into different category. We are putting heading, and finally we are when we add that, we can have a model here. By adding this one, that one, and another one, we have a gap. That gap we are fulfilling like this, we can prove here. For that systematic review of relevant literature, you have to make it. And now the present days, that was my last scholar, not a last scholar, three more scholar I have. And what he did, he went bibliometric analysis. He went with SSA. He went with epometric analysis. All that, see, in the next days, hope that our organizer, they might have arranged it. What is bibliometric analysis and how we do it, all that, because we have difference between the systematic analysis and bibliometric analysis. Bibliometric analysis is concerned, actually we will have some kind of highly relevant papers into consideration, which may be varying between 20 and 30. And systematic analysis is concerned, It runs about hundreds of reviews, but we should have some kind of citation. Based on that, we are choosing, and webomatics is another one. Other team members hope that they will desire all that, and critical analysis rather than descriptive summary. You have to analyze that critically, because review we have, what we are doing it, what the scholars they are doing it, because we teachers, I also referred what they have done, because they are giving in the references and bibliography they are giving. I have taken that some of the students, some of the scholars, just they are writing a few lines from the abstract. Please note it that, don't copy it, and read that properly, and critically you analyze it and give it in the form. But it should not be even in descriptive summary. And we have to identify theoretical foundation through that. And review of empirical studies you take. Once we were scholars, even we take articles as well as a research paper. Now we are focusing only on research paper. See here, empirical study alone you have to take into consideration. Suppose assume that my work is on any recent concept you take, I am doing work on that. But article, about the concept, I will do something on that. For that is article. But empirical study or research paper, it is different. We have to do research, we have to collect data, we have to do something on that, and we have to apply statistical tool or anyone as you like, mathematical tool and all. Finally, we present, that is research paper. And identification of gap, here we have to identify the gap. For that, I told you, see earlier researcher, they have done like this. See, they have classified that in different category. By adding all that, we have gap. That gap, see, the individual will do like this. But now we have bibliometric analysis, webomatics analysis, try to use it. And if it is good, when the organizer give importance for webomatics analysis and bibliometric analysis or systematic analysis, it is good. And development of conceptual or theoretical framework. See, because when we learn theory, what gap we have and what theory we have to learn, and based on that we can have the theory, and which will give in the third chapter. For that, the first one actually it presents introduction and design of the study. Followed by that, it is review of literature, and third one, it is a theoretical framework. There, we will explain all the concept with regard to the particular title. Now, methodology. This is what we are doing, and it is in management. We are doing like this, and actually research philosophy and approach adopted. What you adopted here, that we are doing it, and what kind of design and strategy you are adopting here, you have to have, and population and sampling technique and sample size, all that we have to have. Again, I want to say that please note it that when the population is infinite, when the population is not definite, you can't go for probability sampling. Don't commit this kind of blunder. It happened because I have received a thesis, I am evaluating it. I cried, because where the research is, where the researcher are. Because remember, it is infinite population. Infinite population, how do you use probability sampling? For that, I request all the teachers and guides, try to have it. And it is not like as we were doing, when the guide says, suppose if it is infinite population, guide used to say that decent sample size has small n. We used to have, what is, you may ask, what is a decent sample? It is actually decided by the guide and board. Now it is not like this. We have formula, we have RAW software. Even when you have mobile, you can check it. Go to RAW software, and there you can. There will be a question whether it is finite or infinite. Finite, you just give the population, and level of significance they may ask. That is possibility of error. Whether it is 5% or 1% or 10%, when you give, the next second you can get the size. For that, do it. Or else by using formula you can get it. Don't commit this kind of mistake. In addition to that, please note it that when you say that it is non-probability sampling, you should not use any kind of parametric test. What is parametric test, you may ask? Parametric test, where we may use mean, median and mode. Anything when we related with mean, median, mode, you should not use it. Any correlation, you should not use it. Regression, you should not use it. Anything associated with, you should not use it. For that, when you do that, if it is non-probability sampling and you go for see actually a non-parametric test. Another side, you can say that suppose when the population is large, first stage is probability sampling. It is people are actually depending on that. Sir, first stage it is probability sampling. Second stage it becomes convenience sampling. That is the case. We have justification. The first one you do it. At least you try to have that. The first stage it is probability sampling. Second stage, suppose across India I have I took a sample. The thing is that we have different state, and for that I divided, and I took only South India, and we can say that it's a probability sampling. And what we have to say the reason for which you have chosen the South India alone. For that you have to say the reason and you have to explain it. After that you will fix the size, and after fixing the size, you have to collect data, and how we are collecting it, whether it is which kind of sample. For that it happened, I was an examiner for different scholars. They gave certification some time, we have to actually they are just giving certification, we can accept it. And data collection methods and instrument, even data collection method, primary data or secondary data, and instrument maybe questionnaire or interview schedule or observation method and all, we know that. And data analysis technique, we are having both statistical technique we have, mathematical technique we have, we are applying it. It is not like earlier days. And the next one we have, you please ensure that whether we are ascertaining reliability and validity. We were scholars, there is no test like this. Even I can say that in those days, no, internet and all. We worked out manually. But now it is there, and you use a computer, and by using that you can have reliability. This can be ascertained by using Crow-Bunch-Albert test. And you can also evaluate, you can have the validity. When here the value is more than 0.5, you can have reliability, and validity also when it is more than 0.5, it is validity. And some kind of ethical consideration we have. Suppose assume that the validity is reliability is 0.4 in one heading. That is the case, you have to check, you have to change the questionnaire, and again you have to give it to the people. After collecting the data, again you have to check it. Now when it is all right, if it is more than 0.5, you can go ahead, or else you have to change the questionnaire. That is the things you can remember. See, when we do like this, it's a kind of ethics we can remember. And result and analysis chapter, see, presentation of analyzed data, we'll present it, and we are using tables, figures, and statistical output, that we know that. And objectives reporting without interpretation, we have to have the objectives, and we have to fulfill the objectives, we have to interpret it, we have to align the objectives with the even what you are interpreting, and all that you have to remember. And it should be very clear and systematic presentation. Actually remember that how we were. It happened to me that because I recently received a thesis, it was like the day we have done earlier, just like that they actually they gave. You should not write, please note it there, let me say even socioeconomic background. How, see, some of the scholars, some 5 years back or 7 years back, how they do it. Age of the respondent, sex of the respondent, like this they have done. Now just the people who have completed a year back, what they have done it, they made it in one table. There is no need to have separately for age, sex, marital status and all. Have it in one table. And you please remember that all that socioeconomic background, and you have to correlate with the subjects variable. What subject you have, because assume that your title is in connection with SEO, and so you have to connect it. Suppose if it is an entrepreneurship, you have to connect with that. How age influencing, sex influencing, marital status influencing, all that you have to write before the table. Followed by that, you have to give the table, and after giving the table, you have to interpret it. And finally, for each and everything, you have to give what you inferred, what you conclude from that you have to say. See, this is the things you can remember. And discussion chapter, interpretation of each research findings you have to give. You have to link with the literature and theory, because literature we have. Now we can remember that earlier what I told you, just like that we have full of first table, second table, above the table we were scholars. We have not done anything. We did not write anything. Now the earlier, see they gave heading, followed by the heading they correlate with the subject variable, then they gave the table. After that they interpret. Now the scholars, we have excellent scholars, and what they did, they learned theory and they learned the literature. They link the literature with the findings. That is the real research. You please note it. And if you are very specific, see we have South Ganga, and use my name. You can see it, any report, recent report, you can take it, and you can see how difference we have the last scholar and the earliest scholar, and before that what difference we have. That all you can learn. Explanation of similarities and differences, because we have to have the similarities. Learning the literature, for that we can have similarity and all that we have to give. I am very proud to say that the last scholar, Dr. Anand Bharati, he gave all that. He cited out even the similarity we have, what the difference we have, and what we are contributing to the existing knowledge. Everything he has given. I am very proud to say about him. And the next one, conclusion and implication. Summary of key findings we have to have. Before that, you please note it that, see, this is, everyone should note it. The last one, findings, suggestions and conclusion. Before starting that, the recent report I received it. Just like that, she started the work. You should not start. Every work should start with introduction. Finally, let me submit and say that may be highly useful for everyone. You have to give introduction. There you have to give something on that, and because she gave full of analysis chapter, point number 1, 2, 3, something like that. But scholars, who presented one chapter, and it may be in connection with the theory. About the theory, they have to give summary. For that, please note it that will be useful to the readers, because it consists of two parts, namely summary part and listed part. Or you say that there are two divisions, namely theoretical framework or in summary form, and analytical chapter on listed form. After that, you give the heading, summary of the theoretical framework. You have to summarize it. It what you cover, what you dealt, that alone is enough. Followed by that, analytical chapter you have to give it. And finally, you have to give suggestion and all. Here, a summary of findings we gave. Followed by that, see achievements of the research objectives. See, we can have what we achieved. See, that you can remember, because some of the thesis, see limitation and all, they are giving it in the last chapter. But what I used to suggest that you give it in the first chapter. It is up to the word and guide. And theoretical implication also we have to give in this chapter that I told you. See, theoretical framework we have, it runs about hundreds of pages. But what I am seeing that nothing they are giving about the theories. That you should not. And practical or policy implication, because based on the findings, you have to give suggestion to the government, or to the public, or to anybody. All that you have to give. That is the policy implication or practical implication. Your work consists of more than 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. After putting all effort, you give recommendation like this. To whom you are giving, and what benefit the people are getting, all that you have to give it. And followed by that, it is a limitation of the study. Then you can give suggestions for future research. How they are making it, you may ask. We were scholars, and what we did, we used to list 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the scope for further research. Now they are really, I have to thank the recent researcher. They are giving justification now. See, these are the work I have done, and there is a gap that can be fulfilled. And with the title, they are giving justification. For that, this is the recent researcher. See, they are doing wonder. Some of the report, it is good. Even I am getting it. Though I am a retired person, I am getting report from the universities, and I am seeing it. It is good. For that, try to learn much more, and you can have a good report. And academic style of writing style, formal and objective tone we have to have, and use this is a must we have to have. Even while I am summarizing it, let me say, please note it that we should not use the word. Even the recent report, it is with me. They use the word you. You should not use the word you, because we learned, even the teachers, we learned how the teachers are allowing the student to write like this. We should not use the word I. We have to avoid it. See, that we have to have, that is third person narration and all, See, that you can remember. Finally, let me summarize and say, and logical organization of paragraphs, that is also good. See, paragraph you have to arrange, and even what I say, the chapterization should be made properly. All that you have to have, and clear topic sentences, all that we have to have, and coherence you have to have, coherent flow of idea. See, while we are reading it, see, we have to have that one, and whether it is coherent, one first paragraph should be related to the second one, which has to come first. All that the researcher as well as the guide has to guide how to see all that. And with regard to language, we know that because we have teachers, we are associated with subject teachers, we are subject teachers, and anyhow we know what is what. And somebody used to say whether you have to write in passive voice or active voice, all that. So normally it should be on passive voice. Some of the occasion we are writing even in active voice, but you have to use it in such a way. For that, what they gave us. But anyhow, we teachers, once the work is over, we are giving it for English correction. The English teachers, instead of saying English teachers, thesis correction teachers you find. Because they do all the work and they will do wonder instead of giving it to the language teachers. Because I found even with my scholars that they are committing mistake because they do not know what is what. They are English teacher, they will correct English, but they do not know their actually with regard to research. For that, people who know about research, you give it to them and request them to correct it, they will do wonder. And avoid informal or conversational language, that we have to avoid. And we have to use discipline specific terminology we have to have, and maintain grammatical accuracy we have to have, ensure consistency in tense and voice, and avoid exaggeration, because this is a report, and this is not a place to show your talent. This is a place you have to show your what I say, capability, and what we have in the table, that you have to write, and you should not exaggerate it, and it should be clear, and it should be understandable by everyone, that you can remember. And common writing issues in PhD, overly descriptive writing, that we are seeing it. Even I told you, even hundreds of pages they are giving in giving under the heading theoretical framework, but they are not summarizing it. This is this worst form, I can say. And weak augment development, because we have to have in such a way, and we have to develop it in such a way that you can remember. Quotations to be avoided, that to excessive quotations to be avoided. Normally, some of the teachers, even I used to do like that. Even suppose once a boy who has done the work under cooperatives, see, we used to quote like this. Actually, see, maybe Nehruji or yes, Nehruji, once cooperation fail, India hope would fail. This is a quotation which is given by Nehruji and Nehruji or Gandhiji, I forgot it. But remember that in the research, reason for we are choosing the research, actually statement of the problem, we have to conclude with that. That is good. For that, where in other place you should not give, that you can remember. Quotations to be avoided, that to excessive quotation to avoid it. Necessary place we can quote it. Even some of the people, they are giving it in the direction, and some of the people like me, I told earlier, I have followed, and in the statement of the problem, I used to ask the scholars to find any quotation, we will conclude like this. Now that also I avoided it, that you can remember. And poor coherence, this is also to be avoided. Coherence we have to have, which may not be good. And the language and grammatical issues we have. See, language, it should be very simple, and we have to avoid grammatical mistakes and all, because this is a report. It is like the holy book for the scholar. For that, even we can have Grammarly, but even in the Grammarly, actually we can use it. But till it may not be in research language. For that, I request you that you please give it to the English teacher. That will be good. Not only English teacher, person who knows about research, you give it to them. That will be all right. And plagiarism and what I say, academic integrity. This is to be followed by all teachers and scholars, because copying that, it happened to us that one of my friend, actually who was the guide, and his scholar, did his work. And what the scholar, I do not know how he got the report. There is one person who have done the work. Yes, here the exact story I do not know. Somebody have done the work in Rajasthan. It is socio-economic condition of the bullock cart. There it is a camel cart rider. But here Tinnavalli in Tamil Nadu, and they have done the work on bullock cart rider socio-economic condition. But one individual copy the report from other individual. This is the case. And what happened, see, the report went to the guide. They referred it. See what is the word, what he has done, the researcher, without changing nothing, just he copied it, just change the table and all. That we should avoid. Please, we scholars and we researcher and we guides and what's, keep in the mind and try to do it. Plagiarism in using others' work without acknowledgement, we have to acknowledge it. We can take it, but we have to acknowledge it in the form of references, and includes copy text ideas or data we can have, but we have to show it in the reference. And consider serious academic misconduct that I told you, that is to be avoided, and applies both published as well as unpublished sources. We can have it, but you have to give it sources and violate the ethical research standard. You should not violate the ethical standard. You have to have the right standard you can have. And with regard to types of plagiarism, it is direct plagiarism, just copying it and without giving the reference. It is a blunder committed by the researcher. You keep in the mind. And paraphrasing plagiarism, we know that it is like copying a para without giving references, and you have to give that, and don't commit that kind of mistake. Whatever you take, you just give reference. And mosaic or patchwork plagiarism, this is another one. They have done the work, but see, we are dividing it into different papers. We should not do like this, and we have to take all that in one one article, one paper, one empirical paper. We should not have it in different paper, because the concept is one. It is your work, but you should not have it in different work. That is the patchwork plagiarism. And self plagiarism, this is another one. See, even your own paper, but you fail to mention the source. Paper is your paper. You have done it, but you can proudly show the source, but you are doing it. It's a kind of mistake you are committing. For that, keep in the mind that please give sources. And the accidental plagiarism was actually you are taking it, but accidentally, without your knowledge, you are committing it. That is also plagiarism. You have to be very careful, and you have to do the work in such a way. What is the consequences out of academic misconduct? Rejection of or revision of the thesis. It happened, the Pullacott and Hamelcott. India level, people spoke about the both scholars and guides. For that, it has been rejected. And cancellation of registration and degree, it happened to them. Loss of academic creditability. And here it happened, even we are, till now I am speaking, it is Mohan University, and I do not know the university, but this belongs to Rajasthan. Thesis that we are saying. For that, we are losing the creditability. That is, you can remember. And institutional disciplinary action, it happened to one of our scholar, which happened in Alagappa, that there was a scholar who copied something from some other article. It has been published, but that has been identified by the another scholar and make an appeal. And here actually in Alappa, we ask her to what is it, discontinue the course. That is the things you can remember. It happened, but what happened, see, one of my scholar who has done the work, and it is in connection with the disabled entrepreneur. Her name, Dr. Saranya, she has done the work. But what happened, said there is one North Indian people, without changing nothing, has been actually has published it. And what happened, she brought the information. Let us refer it to the university like this. She spoke with me and we showed it. Just we referred it. We have published that some months back. After us only that fellow published the work, for which you just write a report to the university and you leave it because you published the paper earlier than him, for which you leave it like this. I told him. The last one, it is a longer career impact. See, remember that when we took step against the particular individual, it's a black mark for him, but we have not done it. That is the things you can remember. And prevention, how do we prevent it? See, proper citation we have to have, and followed by that, effectively you have to do the work and maintain research notes. All the time you have to maintain the research note, and using plagiarism detection software we have, not like earlier days. Now we have plagiarism detection software, and we can have the software, namely Manley and Jotaro. There is two plagiarism detection software we have. By using that, we can arrange it. Suppose assume that it is essay technique used as systematic analysis. By using review of literature, you have done it. There is no need to process it back again. Simply we can do just like that. For that, by using Jotaro or by using this Manley, we can do it. And when we use it, whatever the form you have, that we can that process it. That is the things you can remember. Whether it is in MLA form or any form as you like, you can get it. That is the things you can remember. And with regard to principal citation, we have to acknowledge the original authors and enhance the academic credibility. Because when we cite, we can have we can enhance our academic credibility, and enables verification sources. We can verify it and demonstrate depth of literature review and prevent academic misconduct and all. That we can do it by when we adhere the principles. We can do all that, and this is the common style we can have. This is by name. Normally we are following this. The first one, it is APA, and followed by that we have. See, APA, this is American Psychological Association. American Psychological Association, we are doing like this. And other format, we have Modern Language Association. We are adhering these two formats. The first one, APA, and MLA format. It is up to the guide. We can have either the first one or the fourth one. See, not only this, we have Harvard style, we have Chicago style, we have here Vancouver style. This is in Canada. Like this, there are about 10,000 ways in which we can cite. But these are very popular. With regard to as actually India is concerned, we are following either American Psychological Association or Modern Language Association. We are following APA or MLA format. Some difference we have, and you can remember when you look into, you will be all right. One difference, let me say that here they gave it in bracket year, but here actually MLA is concerned, they gave it another place. Here they gave it in bracket, just giving the page number. So some kind of difference we have, and you can remember. And it is up to you, the guide and ward. You decide whether a MLA form is good or APA is good. You have to decide. And with regard to other form, it is up to your guide and even the universities. University they are not saying anything, but it is up to the guide and ward. You have to decide the citation. And references, it is a must, referencing the best practices. See, all the time you have to have the references, consistency in referencing format, whether it is MLA or APA, you have to strictly adhere in one format. And accuracy of bibliographic details, you have to have accuracy, and cross-checking and text citation, that also you have to have, and use reference management tools. I told you, either Jotaro or Manley, you can have it, you can use it. And regular updating of reference list, you have to update it, and it is happening while I am summing up. I will say all that you can have. And the next one, formatting and presenting the guidelines. See, page layout and margin and all, we have even margin, it is up to the university, it is varying. Even font, 12 font we used to have, and when it is a main heading, it is 14 font, and the space it is 1.5, and some of the people, they used to have 2 space. It is up to the university, up to the guides and what they are deciding it. It may not be a big issue, but it is with you, and you can decide page layout and margin, font size and types, line spacing and alignment, heading and subheading, and numbering of tables and figures, all that you can remember. And some of this, this is mandatory, and before submitting it, the thesis to be accepted, and improve your readability, and reflect the professionalism, and avoid technical rejection and all, ensure institutional conformity. And final submission, that it is supervisor approval, you have to get it, and plagiarism clearance, you have to get it from the university. We have, and we have to give it to them, they will check, and they have to give certificate. And see, they will use with regard to this expertly. See, earlier it was Tanitin. Now, see, Alapa is concerned, we are using a Tanitin. But see, now Urgund earlier we followed, and original there is one we have, and trial bit also we have, authenticate we have. Now what happened, everything is coming under Tanitin, because Tanitin bought everything. For that, everything is coming under Tanitin, that you can remember, it is for your reference. For that, supervisor approval and plagiarism clearance, you have to get it, and before submission, you have to give pre-viva, that is pre-submission presentation, and formatting verification, that you have to do, and the submission of soft and hard copies, that you have to have. And pre-viva, we have to have pre-submission. These are the formality you have to have, and research objectives, and to be fulfilled, and ethical approval, you have to get it. Similarity index, within this limit you have to have. References you have to verify, and formatting as per the guidelines. And the common reason for submission delay, these are the reason for which we have delay. The first one, it is formatting error. It is happening, it happened even to some of our scholars, that because we are getting approval from NAC, they are giving grade, and it is varying every time, it is varying. And what the candidate did, they gave the earlier rating, for that it becomes a mistake, and the university office, they asked her to change it. That is the things you can remember: formatting error, high similarity index, and incomplete documentation, supervisor comment pending finally, and then last one you can have, it is non-administrative non-compliance. See, this is the things you can remember. And let me sum up. Before thanking you, that let me sum up, it is to be noted, and all researchers, you have to follow this one. Sentences to be very short, and language to be very simple. Avoid unnecessary words, and voice is concerned, used to have actually passive voice, it is good, by then you can have sustain the reader's interest, that you have to keep in the mind, and the technical jargon to be avoided, and originality, you have to show your originality, and the policy implications relating to the problems you have to have, and actually the appearance should be attractive, and here use abbreviations, that you have to remember from this. Remember, you have to check each and every chapter. Actually the word, even some word we will use it. Suppose if it is consumer protection, consumer and protection, only one time you have to have the full form. The first time, you have to write full form, and within the bracket you have to have CP, and thereafter you have to write only abbreviation. You should not use in full form. This is to be followed in every chapter. Every chapter, first time alone you have to give in full form. Followed by that, you have to change it, and followed by that, you have to give abbreviation. And kindly see, it should be numbered. It is happening. I received a thesis, there is no number, nothing. It is to be numbered. The table should be numbered, the heading to be numbered, subheading to be numbered in other form, that you can remember. And please don't give bullet form. People are giving in bullet form. See, this is, it should not be like this. It should be numbered. Any form as you like, it is a small letter, Roman letter, or ABC, or it is up to you. You have to decide, because you have to show the difference. And another one, you have to remember the word see, people are using the word etc. As per the English correction, not English correction, thesis correction, you should not use the word etc. Instead of using the word etc., you have to use the word and so on, or and the like. This is the right form of the actually people are saying, and we are strictly adhering on that, and we are telling our scholars, they are also following that. Please don't it, because you may pose the question where it is. It is in Anderson book, Thesis and Assignment Writing by Anderson. Anderson, you can take the book and you can refer it, and it is like convention. When you pose question to me, because I am a financeman, do we have any convention in accounting? We have convention in accounting. For that we are following. Remember that we have debit and credit. Debit you have to write first, followed by that you have to give credit. But this is the convention. You can write first credit and second one debit. No one will question you. Because of convention, we are writing debit first, followed by credit. For that, you should not use the word. You should not use the word etc. And we should not use the word viz. We are using VIZ. We are using it. You should not use it. And instead of using it, you have to name it that such as like this you have to have. And in the table, option, sub, head note and footnote. Table should be numbered, and even when you use the table, actually column wise and row wise, for that technically we used to say that caption. See, we have to have the column heading and the row heading, all that we have to have. We have to keep in the mind. But I am receiving the thesis, there something is lacking, and they are not using the, just simply they are giving the box. That is to be avoided. And percentage, you please note it that in the running matter, we should not use the word, the symbol, putting a 2 dot and 1. You should not use it. We have to write in percent. If it is single digit, we have to write 1%, ONE, and percent. It is up to 10% you can give the number. This is the convention we have. But even our scholars, they are posing the question like that. Sir, if we write number, it is highly visible. And that is the case, because they asked us. For that, I allowed them to have even putting number 5%. But percent you have to write in word. And similarly, and many places I am seeing that you should not use the word symbol. You would write in the form of and via. I say, because the thesis recently I received. See, use the word via like this. VIA. There is no word in English like this. Instead of that, we have to change it. Please note it. Then I have noted from our work that the following are the hypotheses, the following are the objectives. What is the necessity that you are writing all? You give objectives of the study, it is enough. Hypothesis of the study, it is enough. No need to write all that. And see, with regard to what I say, sampling, see, you are giving the formula, but you are not giving explanation. What is that? That you have to keep in the mind. With regard to methodology, also you have to be very clear. Don't write meaning of the term, methodology and all. What you did, that you have to give it. And please note it that in the report, I have noticed that there is no operational definition. See, our work is good, but there is no operation definition. I am not popular with the concept. For that, what she felt with regard to concept, that she has to give, but she failed to do it. because examiners like us, I felt a lot why people are like this, how the guides are allowing them to do the work like this. The limitation you have to give sources, you know, you have to give sources in each and every chapter, and we have to show the difference between the sources and bibliography. Sources, you know, actually in the one chapter we will have, followed by that we can give sources. One difference, let me say, that other you refer by yourself. The initial you have to write in the bus. Suppose assume that your name is Vidya, and if it is yes Vidya, you have to have yes Vidya, and in the bibliography you have to write Vidya yes. That is the thing, a difference we have. Like this, lot of difference you have, you learn by yourself. Please show the difference between bibliography and the references. And review of literature, you should cover the think it over, how many period we are taking into consideration. All that you have to have, you have to number it, you have to categorize it, and you have to give the references. It is happening that you are putting number and giving it references in the back. Both are not tallying. It is very pathetic, I noticed, because you just remember that 100 references you gave. In the references also you have to give 100. It is not tallying. See, that you have to keep, because we teachers, we have to keep in the mind. Similarly, please note it that merits and demerits, you should not write the merits and demerits in the report. You please say that it is strength and weaknesses. We should not use the word merit, because this is thesis, this is a holy book. Please note it, you should not use the word merits and demerits. Instead of that, you give significance, or you give strength or weakness, something like that you write. And followed by that, you can give some of the detail, like see examples. You please note it that it is not what I say book. In the book we can give example. We were scholar, even we stopped to give example in the report. Instead of giving example, you should not give any example in the report. This is a holy book of you, and you should not give any example. You have to give only the things which you have done, that you have to. And analysis and interpretation, you have to do it in such a way. Tables should be numbered, and don't write yes or no, because are you aware of it? That is a question. But what you are giving, yes, no. In the questionnaire, you can have yes, no. But in the report, you should not use the word yes, no. Instead of giving like this, you please give that it is aware and not aware, that you have to have. And when we're talking about even ask them to rank it, when we rank it, we can use either weighted average or carat ranking. See, I have seen the report that we have a semi-finished. And that is the case, you should not use this one, carat ranking. Suppose rank them, ask the respondent to rank it. Only 3 questions are ranked. Followed by that, there is no rank. What we have to do, we have to rank by the researcher, or else we won't get the result. That happened, I noticed. And Likert is concerned, Likert scale we are using it, and it should be, that is the thing one you can remember. In the questionnaire, we will say, see, it may be anything. What do you see? I understand this about this. You will have, but in the text pages, in the running matter, you have to change the sentences. You have to actually change it. Even it happened that the same report I have here, the questionnaire as well as you have to change one information that it is for you. I refer it that you should not say like this here. I satisfied by using the digital payment services. Here it is in the questionnaire, but in the report you have to say that tools. Just I have seen that people are using the tools name. Please note it that where you are applying, you write the subject, make a dash under that. What you want to use it, you just mention. If it is a multiple regression or a cluster analysis, whatever analysis you want to do, write the subject variable, followed by that put a dash, then you write it. You are not assessing, you are not analyzing the statistical tool. You are applying the statistical tool for the concept, and followed by that, please note it that see FA technique we are using it, factor analysis. Once we know, just like that we used. Now we have KMO. KMO test we can use it and we can check it, and by using that, when the result is more than 0.5, you can use, or else you have to stop it. And in the questionnaire also, I noticed that exclusive case and inclusive case here. Please note it that it is very pathetic that I am witnessing all that. How it should be, suppose if it is age, should be exclusive case. Suppose up to 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45. Like this, interval should be equal. And you should not write up to 30, up to 25. Then you should not start 26 to 35. Then 36 to, you should not be like this. This can be used only for family size and all. For others, you should not use it. Please read some books and you will be all right. And findings, already I told you, how you have to write findings. And with regard to bibliography, I already told you, even you have to write first book, and initially you have to write in the back. Followed by that, you have to have the journal. Then you can have reports and records. Finally, you can have any website and all, you can give it. And you can have whatever you referred, you can give it in the appendices, questionnaire and all, you can give it in the appendices. These are the details, you please note it. Let me conclude with this, and let me thank the organizer for having given me such a great chance. Sir? Sir, it is over. Hari sir? I have completed, and when
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for explaining about some topics like, sir, Introduction to Academic Research Writing, Plagiarism Awareness, Academic Integrity. Before we conclude, we would like to thank our sponsors JVK Technologies. JVK Technologies offers a publication services including essay, scopus, patents, copyright, plagiarism checking, thesis, textbook, etc. For any publication assistant, you are warmly invited to join their WhatsApp group, link in the chat box as well as comment section. Before we conclude, we would like to thank our sponsor JVK Technologies. JVK Technologies offers a publication services including scopus, essay, patents, copyrights, thesis, textbooks, etc. For any publication assistant, you are warmly invited to join their WhatsApp group. Link is in the chat box as well as comment section. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, thank you, madam. Thank you. Shall I leave it, madam?
Right.
Shall I leave the platform, madam?
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We also thank all the participants for joining us today. Please fill the feedback form for the certificate. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificate. We also thank all the participants for joining us today. Please fill the feedback form for the certificates. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificate. Please fill the feedback form for the certificates. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificate. Those who fill the feedback form can leave the meeting. Please fill the feedback form for the certificates. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificate. Those who fill the feedback only can leave the meeting. Please fill the feedback form for the certificates. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificate. Those who fill the feedback form can leave the meeting. Please fill the feedback form for the certificates. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificates. Those who fill the feedback form can leave the meeting.